the next series. It's gonna be Gumiho on the bottom right, and the top left is gonna be Liquid's Clem. Liquid has been posting some very nice posts recently on Twitter, if you haven't checked it. My time currently is high noon. We are at 12, I don't know how to say this correctly, in AM, PM versions. In the 24-hour system, it's not 0, but it's 12. It's probably PM, right? Does that make sense? And the next one that comes is 1 PM. Past moon, past midday, past middle, I don't know, PM. Just say it's noon. There you go, it's noon, yeah. What does the M for PM stand? Yeah, I'm definitely all about that 24-hour system, man. Yeah, it's so good in airports because it just is very clear. Post midday, alright. Thank you. Yeah, in Japan it's kind of funny. I've sometimes, like, even restaurants and stuff, they have like open times where you see like open till 27, you know? That means they're actually like, they open on that, like the first, for example, they open on 6 PM and then they will be open till 3 AM or something, right? On the second. And they'll write it as open 27, you know, till 27. It's so weird. Post midday, it's random, I guess. It's a random guess, not the actual truth. It's fine. I just take it as the truth. But yeah, I've been so confused by that for quite a while since I moved here. It was so confusing, man. And they have it even in like the weirdest thing is when they have like when there's like a big tournament going on, like actual sports. What is it, like I don't know, basketball or whatever, you soccer or something, right? The World Cup or what, or Olympics, and they're in a different time zone, right? So they have like, if it's in Europe, it's like in the middle of the night here for us, and they will put it in those weird 25 at 25 o'clock or at 27, 28, 29 o'clock or stuff like that, because it's like listed on that day. It's so freaking weird, man. And then I'm always like, wait, is this now in the morning or is this in the evening of that day? Is it in the morning of that day or is it actually the morning of the next day? Like, always so confused. It's so weird. Doesn't make any sense. Like a day has 27 hours. Now Clem coming in with double adept here. Yeah, there are a lot of baseball fans here. It's not that terrible to NA actually. There's probably, I don't know, I feel like baseball is doing extremely good in Japan, so there might be even more active baseball fans here than in the US, just because it's so big. It's literally the biggest sport. Like even me, I'm from Germany, right? We have like no baseball at all. I'm pretty sure there's not one professional team, and there's like, even if you look for amateur teams, maybe there's a league for amateur teams. I'm not sure if there actually is though, because it's so small in Germany. And I moved here and I had to become a baseball fan basically, because it's here all week long. When it's season, man, they play like 6 games a week. It's insane. And then they have those tournaments for the youth, like the I think 16 to 18 years olds. They have their own tournament, and they have like 3 tournaments, which is all televised and stuff. Koshien, if you've ever heard about it. They have like a fall, a spring, and the summer tournament. The summer tournament is the biggest by far. It's like the whole country. Every region gets to send 1 team, and some even 2. Like Tokyo gets 2 teams, I think. Osaka gets 2 teams because they're so popular. There's so many people, right? That's some nice damage here by Clem, by the way. He gets a few more. Sorry, by Gumiho. By Clem. Oh my god, that Reaper disappeared into the nothingness here. Off the map it goes. Yeah, Raven is here. Now, Gumiho did deal quite a bit of damage, but in the end, like 6 probes, I feel like is not enough here. He sacrificed a tank. He got a Stalker, which is nice, but in the end, I like the defense for Clem. And Clem is going across the map with his Blink Stalkers now. Now he's about to hit a tank here. Can he break Gumiho? Gumiho is gonna have a bunker. I feel like he should not be broken. But you can jump on the tank, kind of. Marines out of position here. Tank a little bit exposed there. Did not think that this observer would be here. And that's what you get when you get the Raven into an offensive position here and try to harass with it. I feel like this is unnecessary exposure to yourself, and even the Raven is gonna get like... I mean, what does it get done? He gets damage dealt to itself, that's about it. He didn't even utilize one of the auto turrets yet. So I feel like having that Raven around your base and just keep on checking for those pesky observers is so much more worth it. And then eventually, after these kind of 2 base situations are over and you're comfortably sitting on your 3rd and you have a good army and have your stim and everything you need, kind of, then you move out with the Raven and start to harass. I don't know, man. Or you can just keep it with your army, use that anti-armor missile, or you just grab that interference matrix, keep it with the army. It's still gonna be a valuable unit. It's gonna be nice against Colossi, it's gonna be nice against Immortal, nice against Warp Prisms. There's so many usages. But people just kind of are so exposing those 2 threats on the map just to get some auto turret harassment in. And what does he kill? 1 probe. And he gets half a ship battery energy. He gets 1 more probe. There we go. And that's it. Now another marine drop. He gets a little bit of a distraction, which is nice, I guess. So he gets a marine drop in, but this is no stim. If he can get this pylon though, he's gonna get a delay on that forge. That's gonna be nice. Maybe he can kill its sentry, actually. Yeah, go for the sentry, man. Oh my god, Gumiho, I think that's a little bit of a mistake. Sentry's not that powerful in TVP. The Marines do not have shields, not yet. Combat shields is still on the way. And that bonus damage... of course, it's a joke, but yeah. No bonus damage for the sentry, so they're not that powerful. I think he could have sniped 2 of the sentries there. It was only 2 sentries, 3 stalkers coming in. The stalkers were quite late. That's a missed pylon here if I've seen one. Fortunate there for Artosis and Clem. Now Clem going up to a 4th base here, going into his robotics bay. You know what's funny? I mean, this is the Home Story Cup finals, right? But Clem had to pay so much tax that year that even if he wins this, all of the money would have gone into tax pays anyways. And that's, I think, why he played Protoss. There you go. A little bit of trivia. Warp Prism coming in. And hey, wait, where's the Raven? Where's the Interference Matrix, man? It's across the map. It's still sitting in between the bases, throwing down an auto turret for 1 drone every 50 seconds, so... There you go. Okay. Clem actually pulling these medevacs over, so they're starting to heal up automatically, these SCVs. Reducing the damage he dealt, actually. Oh, he's gonna get a Marauder, and the Marauder fell apart there into pieces. Is he gonna get another one? Yes! And that kind of jumped. Now, a push here onto these tanks. Can Clem break him? I don't think so. Gumiho is gonna still be fine here, but... I mean, Gumiho has the bigger army. He is by far the bigger army. What is happening? Why is Clem so active with his units? Oh no, Raven, 7-kill Raven is gonna get killed by a sentry with the... Oh, I think the Stalker did get the kill. Yeah, sentry. Sorry, sentry. Didn't get the kill. I'm looking forward to the next baseball season. It's gonna start in, I think, March, so we have like a couple more months, late March, until that's gonna come up. I hope we're gonna have a good team this season. I feel like our team in Fukuoka, where I live, is not... hasn't been kind of that good last season. So even though we won the regional league here, we didn't win the playoffs, so I think we made it to the finals. We're up 3-0, I think, and then the comeback happened 4-3. Falling apart in the last map, basically. Now this is a good surround here by Gumiho. Can he break Clem? I don't think so. A couple of nice force fields actually keeping those Colossi quite safe there. But this is mostly Marauders left now. They could just have too much HP to overpower, but in fact they are quite low. Gumiho is gonna pull back. He doesn't want to use so many valuable units here. A few Vikings reinforcing this. Fourth command center coming up. Colossi range about to finish up, and that's gonna make those so much more powerful. A few Stalkers a bit exposed here. It's gonna micro those back with Blink. The Observer is seeing everything. There's Mapu sitting inside this one. And you can see these three things. That's the windows I'm looking from. Outside of that small Observer. It's actually so big now. I think a human can fit in there. Probably bigger than a Marine, so I could probably fit in. Now he's gonna interrupt again that pylon snipe there. It's gonna interrupt that armor upgrade here. And some nice kiting on the right side. He's gonna snipe the Nexus, man. Clem's like, alright, I don't care, man. You can kill my base. I think this is gonna bite him. There's so much tech up there. There's the Forge. There's the Cybernetics Core. Oh my god, this Cybernetics Core. It's the tech building for Protoss. But can Gumiho stabilize at home? He should be, in my opinion. Now, we do see a recall, but that's a weird recall. There's an exposed Colossi here. Oh, he gets a nice snipe on that Medevac. Maybe the Forge would have been a bigger target here. No, he's just shooting it. Yep, we saw that at the gateways. I think that's a missed opportunity, man. That Forge was ripe for the picking. It has the upgrade going. You see this, even though it's unpowered. Oh my god. Marauders trying to snipe down a sentry. That didn't work out. Ooh. This Medevac has like no health left. 3 HP, man. Everything's so low. Clem's like, I don't need that base. I need what I need is the infrastructure, and I need the other base. But this is actually enough minerals that it would be still rewarding to have an access down here. This is like what they could mine still 100, 900, 1400. This is like 2k minerals plus that he could still extract from the base. That's actually quite a bit. If you would have an access down there. Now that's a Marauder heavy drop here, Gumiho. Really liking the Marauder this game. This is only Marauders, man. It's like, alright, let's blow up the buildings. But can he keep safe at home? Now Clem, does he have another recall? I think it should not be up yet. Maybe it's just about to be ready. No, it's actually quite a bit out still. About a quarter. Now he's boxing in this army though from Gumiho, but Gumiho is trading quite nicely. Now this is the issue. If you only utilize Marauders, you can kind of snipe Colossi, but you cannot kill... you cannot fight Zealots. Gumiho kind of starting to fall apart. Both of his armies did get pushed back. Even though he's trading decently, he's not keeping up the production apparently, and this is all he has at home. It's not going to be enough here. The ground army is just a bit too strong for Clem. It seems when Zealots just too strong. Colossi, all of those are instructors. 14, 14 and 13 kills here. Oh, there's the first one with 15 kills, being the master, the only master of these. Gumiho has to GG. Clem is gonna take the first one. Yeah, baseball, man. A lot of professional baseball players as well. Actually, like a friend of mine is one of those who went into like the second league, second tier of that pro team, right? He basically was like almost a rookie there. The Master Colossi, yes, indeed. He had almost an appearance. What is it called? Like the second team of that main team, you know? You have the where they keep on playing, and if they play just well enough, they're gonna get a shot at that, you know, main team. Clem best Protoss player, let's go. Probably. I still like Hero more though, if like as a Protoss, just because Hero is great. I also like Trap. But it's been a while since Trap has been one of the top tier Protoss. I mean, even though he came back, it's not like he's on that Trap era where he used to be, right? Now Clem is up 1-0. In this best of 5 here. Actually, forgot to open Discord here. Now in the top right, it's Liquid's Clement. In the bottom left, it is Gumiho. Hero Max Packs Clem, maybe. I tend to forget about Max Packs because he just only plays online. It's so easy to forget that he is one of the best Protoss around for basically everything that's online. But I feel though Max Packs hasn't been the best in this patch. It's a kind of a Max Packs nerf patch as well. All right. Now Clem coming on here. He's gonna harass that SCV. Can he get a kill? Can he get a kill? Oh my god, is he gonna get this one? Oh, is Gumiho gonna keep this one alive? Clem's micro, I mean, it's basically like 2 Reapers already shooting at these SCVs here. It's 1 probe in the hands of Clem. Can he force the win with this overpowered unit? It is starting to regen his shields. When he's gonna pull back for now. Now, Nexus on the way here, of course, Cybernetics Core, and we'll see that Twilight in a moment afterwards. Most likely Marine is gonna be here to push out that probe. He had to make a guy that has a gun to actually keep this super powerful hero unit outside of his base. Gonna rally back now. Command Center, look at that, he even forced the Command Center on that high ground because he was denying all scouting. And that weird reactor setup, man. You love to see it here if you are Clem. Well, Clem apparently really liking this double adept opening into that Stalker follow-up. Going again into the Twilight Council should be another Blink opening here. And Gumiho is gonna be the big riddle. It's the question mark. He's based. If someone would be the Riddler, it would be him, because you just do not know what this guy is gonna make out of his production facilities. Even though he has the standard setup most of the times, it's gonna be different units each and every time, and he likes to randomize things so much. Now he's gonna go into a Cyclone this game, and probably a medevac, but it could be anything. It could even be a battlecruiser. I wouldn't be surprised. We've seen this before. It's gonna be a medevac in this case. Clem is gonna get that high ground vision. This is kind of smart. Did you see that? He lets the shade finish, and he immediately pulls back the adept after he gets that vision once, just so he can have the high ground vision and see what's actually like, hey, what's your production looking like? What can I actually see? Oh my god. And he finds that thing as well, making the thing that flies. That was a good scout by that shade. Really good. Well done here by Liquid's Clement. Medevac going across the map. Double barracks to follow this up here. No third command center yet. And this is going unscouted. Clem does not know about this. It feels like his map vision is a little bit lacking. He has most of his units in the natural and there's nothing in the main. A quick unload here. And the guys with the guns are coming in to start shoot at those workers. But Clem is like, alright, I don't need units because I can just pull away my workers. He's gonna lose in the depth here. It's a nice pick, but I guess trades 2 Marines for that one. So he's up 25 efficiency in that gas department. Wow, that's amazing. There you go. I was wondering if the tank was selected for this and shoots and then friendly fires the poor Marine. Now Clem is coming across the map. Oh, Gumiho is gonna see this one. Gets a lock-on on the wrong unit though. He really wanted to have that. Oh wow, the Warp Prism. The Cyclone stays alive. That's a very big deal actually. Now if the Cyclone ever gets a lock-on that Prism, he should be able to kill it off if Clem is not quick to snipe that one. Now it's gonna evacuate into that main and gonna keep the main safe potentially. Now he's gonna utilize it from the high ground there. A couple of good tank shots though into these Stalkers did kill a little bit of that HP and anything console. But this is gonna be enough. Stim is done now. And the Cyclone keeps on trading here. That's a key unit if I've ever seen one in this group of guys. And yeah, Blink is done. I'm sorry, ready again. Now Tank did also push this away here. Sieged up in a nice location. Clem is just gonna go aggressive it seems. He wants to go into the base. He could get boxed in. He's gonna snipe the tank. No! Gumiho! Can't believe it there. Gumiho is gonna lose that tank. Temple Archives on the way. +1. Quite late actually here. But of course no add-ons, sorry, no e-base yet from our Terran players. So gonna be ahead nonetheless in those upgrades. But like that's a little bit late if I've seen that. Coming late. Now finally these Marines have Stim. They've been waiting for like hours in that medevac to get Stim. It's like they've been sitting in this cargo, you know, in the, I don't know, front seats I guess, most of them, or in the back seat or whatever. And that's some good damage with that Stim. And they have been waiting for that Stim delivery. They've been basically just waiting until a guy comes in and says, alright, here's your Stim, here's your drugs. Go ahead and Stim. And then, funnily enough, they get it. It only took 100 minerals and 100 gas to have it like free delivered to all Marines. It's insane, right? If you think about it. Every Marine on the map gets it free delivered to them. I mean, not free, it's 100, but it is a delivery into their pockets. And they can immediately start to use it. And then they have infinite. It's so crazy. Now, we do see a few SCVs with this. I really like this push. Actually, this is a bunch of SCVs. Gumiho is just like, alright, let's close the game. He still has that Cyclone, should probably start to repair the one. The 1 HP Cyclone, he is still staying strong. SCVs really wanted to repair that one, but that only the one is gonna attack this warp gate. Now finally he's gonna start to repair here. 1 SCV did repair a little bit of health. Now is he gonna set up a bunker? I feel like there should be an opportunity here. Please repair the Cyclone, man, yes. And set up the bunker. Come on, man, there's so many things you can do with this push now. Now Storm did finish up here, a nice couple of storms, but not enough to hit the bio actually, and too much Marine firepower still here. Archon did finish up. Now Archon, if the Warp Prism was still alive, I would have given it to the Archons. Without the Warp Prism, percentage GG. That means 1% GG, 99% BG, and Gumiho does take the game. Was French keyboard layout quite a little bit different from basically everyone else. What time is it? Okay, I still have some time. Should be able to finish the series, no problem here. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channels yet, please go ahead and do so. They're now down there, not here anymore, but down there, because I made one more just recently. I'm just starting to get that saturated with videos, and it's gotta be dedicated to Brood War, by the way Clem, and by the way Gumiho. But yeah, if you like Brood War, oh sorry, there we go. Let's do it. Clem. Sorry, Gumiho and Clem. Meine Güte, jetzt haben wir es aber aus dem Weg hier. Deutsch for everybody. So if you are a Brood War fan, if you like some Brood War content from time to time, there's gonna be probably a video every other day on that one. I'm gonna keep that on growing on slowly is my plan. And yeah, main focus is gonna be, of course, at MapuTV Gaming, where all of the StarCraft 2 action is gonna be, and then I think I'm gonna host one more very soonish. For everything else, like StarCraft Evo, Stormgate, Zero Space, stuff like that, right? Battle Aces. Any other RDS I can find, and I'm gonna dip in. So yeah, you'll see things around there, and make sure to drop a follow. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. YouTube doesn't charge you for subscribing, unlike Twitch. But they also kind of messed up the follow and subscribe words. So the phrasing is a little bit weird, I guess, if you come from Twitch. But whatever. Gonna be nice. Thank you so much for your support. And let's have a look at this game state. Not much has happened yet. The probe again trying to basically set the base on fire here from our Terran. But of course is not gonna be able to. Because there's only one probe and it can only warp in the biggest buildings in the history of the game. But it does not have a lighter. Now Nexus here on the way from Clem. Doesn't have that pylon on the low ground to possibly reinforce here with a shield battery if need be. And he's gonna recall the probe. Like the decision, of course, a recalled probe is worth the energy. If you've ever wondered, is it worth the energy to chrono boost or to recall? It is always worth it to recall, because if it stays alive, because it is an instant probe basically. And it's the same energy. Operating 50% faster does not instantly generate you a probe. It does speed up the probe that is in production, what, 12 seconds to 6 seconds. So that does give you a probe after 6 seconds. Maybe it speeds up like the follow-up probe a little bit as well, but it does not instantly just generate a probe for you. So yeah, it's always better to recall. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, Twilight Council is here as the follow-up for Clement, of course. We do have the 1-1-1 setup from Gumiho. Reaper's gonna commit in and try to snipe these probes, but Clem is awfully calm. Now he's gonna lose one. Can you lose another? Can you lose another, please? I really want to see it die. No, it's not gonna happen. Reaper's gonna walk out. Did eat a little bit of adept damage, but he has his healing drugs, so everything is fine, man. Combat drugs is even actually the what it's called. Yeah, I'll leave that up to your imagination. What is actually inside of those, what they are made out of. Renegates life quickly while out of combat. But they're called combat drugs. It doesn't make any sense, does it? They should be called out of combat drugs, right? Okay. Let's stop the dad jokes at this point. We're starting to be in an area where things are gonna get a little bit interesting inside this game. Robotics facilities on the way here. Plink is halfway done. And we should see that first little move out here from Gumiho with the Medivac pop here in a second. Let's see what he's gonna bring with him. Just a bunch of Marines. It's 8 Marines. He does have that Reaper and he has the Cyclone. He could potentially elevate it up. I wonder if he's gonna do that. It would be a very powerful move, but it also does also commit a lot of units. Oh, that's a good find here, Gumiho, man. Sniping that. I was about to call him an Avenger, but it's an Adept. Sniping that Adept. Now, he's gonna lose the Reaper here. A little bit unfortunate with that army movement, and Clem is kind of waiting for that drop, I guess. Oh. No, Jimmy! There's a leg, and there's an arm, and there was the weapon. The rest got basically just disappeared into a blood pool of blood there. And now a Viking. Oh my god, that's the unit you were looking for, man. Dustin Browder. Please turn on the stream. Is there, can you see the face of the guy? No, that's the sun. I thought for a second you could see the face. So Dustin Browder, please join the stream. You're gonna see what you always wanted to see. You're gonna see the Viking shoot at things while it's walking. And it could be used for harassment. It's extremely powerful now for harassment against Protoss. It's really funny to see. It always wasn't bad against harassment. I think they always like 3 or 4 shotted probes, so they were always pretty good, to be honest. But now 2 shots is just so fast. Now can Gumiho overpower, man? That Viking actually adding a bunch of DPS. This is 20 against Mechanicals. It's a lot of damage. That's so much. It's like a mini immortal basically. And with a 0.7 weapon speed, it's literally a mini immortal, but it does not have the barrier. It only needs 9 shots to kill a stalker. Nine times 0.7, that's like below 5 seconds. And if it's 2, it's below 2 seconds. No, it's not below 2 seconds, but it's below 3 seconds. So two Vikings can kill a stalker in under 3 seconds. That's an amazing time for that, man. Imagine this. They just 1 second, 2 second, 3, done. 1 second, 2 second, 3 seconds. I guess stalkers are faster than that. So they can't just Congo line into Vikings and just die. You need a few more. You need like 4 Vikings, I guess, to watch out those... I guess 8 Vikings to watch out those stalkers, and then if they Congo line in, they would just pop after each other, like pop, 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 pop. That would be kind of funny to see, actually. Now, there's only 2 Vikings, though. And they're gonna be nice against those prisms, of course. They're also gonna be insanely good for harassment. It feels so weird to say that, but it is just true. They're so good against probes that it doesn't even make sense. Now, War Prism on the way. I feel like Vikings having 19 damage against mechanical would have been enough. 20 is just 1 to budge. Just so those probes... I guess it's a nice intention, you know. Get it. Like that, so it does 2 shot workers from Protoss. Pesky Protoss. My Marines are gonna find that patrolling probe. Vikings back at home. They do not want to land yet. Still waiting for the opportunity. And Gumiho is going into a few more Widow Mines. He is going into Marauder Concussives +1 is about to finish up. He's gonna push out his 3rd base and set that up here. And he has Vikings to keep that safe. He also has a few tanks if he needs to. I'm gonna assist the Vikings in their insane DPS. If you take a look at the tank DPS here in a moment after they sieged up. They have 70 versus armored, but a 2.14 weapon speed. We can do the math later. Now that's a nice attack here in that natural base. But Vikings are here to land. But they are against Zealots. I don't think that's where you need them. Gumiho, you're doing it wrong. No! Don't. Oh yeah, man. Pick up Viking micro. Love to see it. Widow-minded intercept this army here. The Vikings are gonna be able to chase down the War Prism, which is gonna get recalled. And the first Colossus enforced this army. Wow, this was great damage. This natural really made it worth 19 SCVs that die here. And I think Gumiho is just gonna pull the SCVs. Now, if he can just go unscouted and set up a base or set up like bunkers and whatnot. Oh, please pull the SCVs, come on. You're so far behind, he's not even making workers. Just pull the SCVs, man. Clem has 70 workers. I mean, they're gonna get killed anyways by Zealots, right? I wonder. Honestly, pull the SCVs, pull the boys. They're not here. Having them against 1 Colossi would have been great, actually. But as is, Clem is gonna take this game. GG is gonna be called. What is it? 70 damage against armored versus in 2.1 second or something. So if we halve the time, it's gonna be 40 damage. I guess they're a little bit more powerful than Vikings, but it's actually not that big of a difference. They're probably like they do probably like I guess. Was it? It was 2.1 something, right? 2.12 I want to say. I'm just gonna calculate with that one. Now we have 70 between 2.12. That's gonna be 1. It's 33 DPS, right? And then we have 20 times 0.1, no, divided by 20 divided by 0.71. It's 28 DPS to 33 DPS, so it's 5 more DPS. It's not that much actually, if you think about it. That's how powerful Vikings. They're almost as strong as siege tanks. Almost. That's kind of crazy, right? Think about that. I bet you didn't know this. I bet you didn't know this. Vikings against mechanical, almost as powerful as siege tanks against armored. And that's the siege tank with the bonus damage. I mean, it's both with the bonus damage, yeah. Now let's hop into the next game. In the top right we do have Gumiho, but he doesn't want to stay here. In the bottom left we do have Clem. Now Gumi is already moving out in SCV. He wants to be on the bottom. Not moving out a second though. I smell Proxy Marauder in here. Probably not. I just smell it for some reason. Yeah. That's what it smells like. Double gas, yeah? It smells even more like it. Is he gonna lift the barracks? No, come on, Clem. No, not Clem, I mean Gumiho. What are you doing, man? Could have killed him with the double marauder, with the marauders. I guess you want to go into 2 barracks, kind of, if you do the marauder thing. But yeah. It's just gonna be a scout. Potentially a second Reaper, I could see, for some damage. I mean, look at this. Clem has been going for Nexus before Cybernetic score for every game so far. And he went into Adept afterwards, but this time he's gonna be forced into a Stalker because he does not know how many barracks are gonna be proxied. If it's 2, then the Reaper could snowball against the Adepts. Now he needs to fight with probes and he's gonna lose the first one. But this is super light pressure. This is just a scout basically. See? Barracks already going home. Not even the second Reaper. Stalker's gonna push that one out. But yeah, he forced basically 2 Chronos on those Stalkers because Clem, as I said, does not know. And he killed a probe. And he forced 2 Stalkers before any Adepts. So yeah, pretty good. Kind of wrench in the gear here. And back at home, he's just gonna make more barracks. Twilight Council on the way. About to finish up here. But yeah, I bet you it's Blink again. It's weird that this should be like so abusable. If you know your opponent is doing the same build over and over again, it should be extremely abusable to just play an all-in that does work perfect against that, right? Oh my god, what is he doing? Double reactor, man. He's going into more and more barracks. He's crazy. No tech labs yet. He's just making marine. I just make marine. 4 barracks. Okay, so he's gonna 2-base this most likely. This looks like a 2-base push. Just gonna go mass bio. Look at this tech lab finally. He's gonna bring stim. Potentially, he could do a combat shield timing push, which just makes those tanks now as many as he can. Could be 2-3, but it depends. Like, if he wants to go extremely fast, he just makes combat shields and then goes across the map. Now, if this is gonna stim, it has to hit a little bit later. But if he wants to have that big swell of units... There we go, stim. Okay. I've seen those combat shield timings. They hit so fast. And they're so powerful because it's so much bio units with that. And then you bring just your tanks, your 3 tanks. You bring your SCVs to build a few bunkers. You bring like 4 or 5 SCVs. Make 2 to 3 bunkers, repair the rest. And then you just rally in units and units. And you keep on massing up bunkers there. I feel like we're gonna see something similar, but this is gonna have stim. Potentially 4 tanks. But there's not gonna be any air units here from our red Terran player, and that's why it's so considered so much all in, even though like you might say, hey, he has stim, hey, he has combat shield, hey, he has tanks. That's already solid tech, isn't it? No, he does not have any E-base. He does not have any medevacs. He doesn't even have a starport. He doesn't have any liberators. He does not have any Vikings. He does not have any marauders, really. He does not have concussive shells. He doesn't have ghosts. He has like nothing that he can work off. Now Clem doesn't know about this yet. The Reaper coming in. And going around. Wow, the adept from the top there, kind of bopping that Reaper on the head. Observer does see the move out, and Clem is trying to snipe Marines. Stim about to finish up. Where are the SCVs? Nah, that's a depot. That's not an SCV pull. Where are the SCVs, my friend? Now he has a Cyclone with that. That's an interesting addition here to this mix. Of course, the Cyclone makes this micro from the Stalkers a little bit more tough. Because he can always kind of get that lock on and deal some damage. Now there is the Sieger, but man, imagine there would be 2 bunkers with this, or 3 SCVs. Now, still only units rallying, and Stim is gonna get triggered here. Can Gumiho get this done? He is actually completely killing all of these zealots. Marines pretty solid. Clem fighting during that whole stim duration, and yeah, man, even losing that observer, wow. Gumi on fire. It's gonna siege up now in base range. Does have 3 tanks at this point, and he should be able to get that tank. Sorry, that base. Now, can he keep on pushing? He kind of is starting a transition. He does have a starport at this point. He's going into an engineering bay, so it's not gonna be super all in anymore. He did kill what he needed to kill, but you want to find more because you still have that opportunity. He traded so well. Now he's gonna again deplete all of these zealots. Tanks focusing on the Stalker Immortal here. Good target fire by our Terran player. Which one you say? Well, the one who actually plays Terran currently. Now again, targeting on those Immortals here. He's gonna lose 1 tank, maybe the 2nd tank, but there's a 3rd tank behind us, and that's gonna stay alive here. Sentry and a Zealot trying to fight Marine tank here. That's not gonna happen. Marines rallying through the other side are gonna find a pylon here, and they'll eventually hit this base, and then they'll deny that base as well. And if Clem cannot rally up there, he's gonna have a bad time. But this time he's gonna bring down his units. He's gonna clear out the 1st tank, he's gonna probably clear out the 2nd tank. Some nice target firing here by Gumiho. First medevac joining the fray. He's gonna evacuate 2 Marines. And we do see 3 Marines here coming from the top side, but that was not a good move there. Those guys didn't know what they were doing. Now, Gumiho just needs to evacuate for a 2nd, drop behind this area, for example. And he sees the space up and running at this point, but he sees this is so few workers there, it's gonna be in a good spot for him. And if you look at the worker count, he's sitting at almost the same workers. He has that 3rd base not yet up and running. He should probably saturate these gases, by the way. He's so oversaturated there on minerals. Losing a few Marines here to those force fields, and Zealot combination with some good force fields gonna also snap the tank. But I mean, Clem always depletes most of his army, and Man, he's even losing those valuable sentries. No guardian shields here to come. No extra force fields to come. First Marauder in the mix finally. Does he have concussive? Not yet. Looking at the armory, which is about to finish up. +1 armor and +2 damage about to start here soon for Gumiho. He does have this base now. He needs to have some units here to anchor this position. Clem is actually playing this so aggressive, but he doesn't really have the units to support this. Just keeps on warping in and keeps on sending everything to the front. He's fully exposed at home. If you send one marine, probes would need to kill that one. Now Colossus and Thermalance on the range. Clem seems to be favoring these units. Oh, that scouting depot got destroyed. There's also a zealot in the mineral line, but can Clem defend this push here? Colossus is there. He's gonna target down some marines here. Doing some nice work, getting those marauders. And the Colossus might be the one that is gonna keep this one safe. Meanwhile, the zealot has been dealt with here. Oh my god. Now the turnaround could happen. 3 marauders might be enough. Oh my, he's so killing so many sentries again. Now that's something that you are a little bit which can be tricky if you look at, oh my god, those non-existent splits. That's when you know it's a Terran player, because he doesn't play against Voodoo Mines. Now the Colossus, if you think like, oh my, I have the shields almost down, right? It's only 100 HP and he still has 250 and the shields do take full damage and he has actually 1 armor, so the actual health does take reduced damage, so another 1 zealot run by, but Gumi is not gonna fall for these. How many gates are we looking at? So he's working with 9 gates at this point, but he's still just lacking that income. He does not have enough money. Now Gumiho was about to shoot these rocks, but then he decides against it and says like, wait, what does it actually open for me? Nothing really. And he's just gonna go in. Dropping across. It's gonna go for that Colossi there in the north. In the right, things are looking decent for Clem, but in the end the force fields were not enough to actually get value out of that army, and a big surround on these Colossi. Gumiho stimming in. It's gonna kill the first one. The last one is gonna still stay alive here, but all of the other units are about to get killed here. The top army was kind of finished off by those double zealots here, so kudos to these guys, but in the end all of the Colossus do die. Stoker dies as well, and yeah, I think that's all she wrote here. Bye bye. What tournament was this from? This was from the Home Story Cup. That's the grand finals. We're looking at the 2-2 situation currently. I'm of course not playing Protoss every day. And I'm gonna have some nice games from a Korean tournament or next week. Wait, today is tomorrow. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have it tomorrow. Today is not Friday yet, at least not for me. Yeah, I'm gonna have some KSL matches tomorrow. Okay, let's hop into this last map. Abyssal Reef. Top left Gumiho, bottom right, oops. Oopsie daisies, liquid Clem. Now, Clem, what is he gonna do? He has been playing every game the same strategy so far. Going into that blink, harass a little bit, going to charge, Colossi, sentry. I haven't seen any Stargate units from him yet. I haven't seen many more Immortals. I haven't seen actually that many Warp Prisms. He has like one every game, kind of. Mostly uses it for harassment, not really with the army. Haven't seen any glaive weird attacks. I haven't seen any DTs yet. I have seen Templars, I guess, yeah. He utilized Templars in one of the games he lost. But I doubt that he's gonna go for Templars again. Cybernetics go this time before the Nexus, even though he knows that this barracks is here, not across the map. Now the probe makes its way back home here. It's gonna see some fish on the way. Fish are swimming around these tires. And now they're frozen. Look at this. They're frozen in time. Or frozen in vision. The Reaper's gonna unfreeze them again. Oh, there. But they actually were frozen. They didn't move, actually. I wonder if we come back to this location, if this fish is gonna start move from that point. Reaper's gonna get pushed back. Okay, we'll have to check this fish now. Does he move from this location? Yes, he does. So this could be a thing. With these fish, they only move if they are in one or the other's player's vision. So if you remember how the fish were looking while you passed through, and then check them out later when you come back, and they're different, you know that one of your opponent's units has passed that area. There we go, man. Now I figured Abyssal Reef out for you guys. That's your inactive, it's your indirect map hack. There you go. Alright, that's probably the most fear dragon I've ever become in my life, and I doubt it's gonna ever happen again. But yeah, it's completely unusable, of course. Now robotics facility on the way here. It's gonna most likely again go into those Colossi. I'm not expecting anything else, but most likely, well, you could see an early Warp Prism, of course. It's always gonna good to have one of these. Nice Immortal, that Observer, to get some vision across the map here and scout the Terran movement. Now Gumiho has interesting things around the map. So the Cyclone has to walk or drive. The Medevac is gonna fare across 4 Marines, and we see 2 walk, and then there's still that Reaper. So this is as kind of spread as it can get. The Reaper does scout at Adept, the Adept scouts the Cyclone does do, well, a log-on actually to the Adept, because the Adept walk back and is gonna get killed. Very cool fish scouting idea. Yeah, I hope someone is gonna utilize that at some point to some great effect, but I doubt it's gonna happen. But you can actually now that I think I'll give you a different this is actually abusable. I'll give you a different example in just a moment when this is done, because I thought about this just a little bit better, a little bit more, and there are situations where you actually know that something is there. So yeah, I can give you a few examples after this push is defended here, or will it? Man, there's a Viking here, and that Viking, as I said earlier, that's 25... No, that guy has 28 DPS against those Stalkers. He's insane. And a tank sieged up has 33 DPS. So he's almost like a siege tank. He's almost like a siege tank. Oh my god, he's just gonna break him. I can't even talk about my idea. I have to pause the game eventually. No, Clem is gonna lose here. GG, well played. Okay, we return to game. We pause it now. So if we take a look at these fish, right? They only move when they are in vision of one or the other player, right? So now you know this. So let's go big picture here. You have an observer or an invisible unit that is here. You play the Terran. If you keep on checking on these fish and they just keep on moving, you scout around the area, you will know that there has to be an invisible unit close to us. Right? That's the first one. Second one would be anything kind of burrowed unit. Zerg units burrowing here. Bailing traps. Think about those, right? You have a bailing trap around here. They would generate vision, so the fish would keep swimming. And if you see those fish, like, if you peek in and peek out again, and then you see those fish, like, and then you peek in again and see the fish were still moving, you scan this area. And you'll find those burrowed banes. See? There's actually a practical use to this. Actually a practical use. I'm very glad we figured this one out. But you can abuse, apparently, fish to kind of scout for invisible units or burrowed units. There you go. Now you know more. Like infestors, burrowed roaches, anything.